Hi, I'm Kathy. Welcome back to the second segment of Authors, Writers, Books, and Beyond November show with my guests, Eddie Clayton and Gwen Clayton and John Takacs. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a place called Wolf before we get into our discussion. Woof, there it is, woof, woof. This is where my daughter takes her doggies, and it's on Main Street in Jackson inside that wonderful little indoor mall we have. And Becky, there's our girl. That's our old girl. She passed away since that was taken, Missy. But we still take our Jakey there, and they love Becky. She puts those little scarves on them, and Jakey's going in this week alone for the first time. Anyway, Becky is, I'm going to cry, so I'm going to go on. Becky is just gifted. She's an animal whisperer, and our local police used to take their dog to her. I think that was that Jeff? Anyway, here's her little door. They go in to the back where Jake just hops his 100 pounds up on that little table and waits for her to get him all ready. And it's a very loving environment. Becky's parents work with her there, and her own dog Bertha used to be there. And it's, you can peek in the windows from the little mall and watch the progress and see what's going on. Wonderful grooming, getting their nails clipped. She'll even put a little powder on them. We get them powder free, just because I like the natural smell. So woof, and give Becky a little call there, 274-4669, and she'll book you in. Your dog will be loved as they're being worked on, and I think that's important. So welcome again. We have this great discussion, and I'm going to go to the right here with Eddie and have him talk about this. It's kind of a new plan, isn't it?
It is.
With the books. So can you kind of share about that?
Yes. So this year we kicked off our first ever Marine Corps Toys for Tots program for Amador County.
Yay!
And so part of that program is that we want to provide kids with books to read so that they don't get just a toy, but they can have a book as well. And it falls in line with our program, the Toys for Tots program, because it's all about children, and it's all about having the experience of Christmas, but it's also about educating and growing of children. So we are excited.
You were sharing with me when we met the history of how this started, and I found it fascinating. So can you share a little about that?
The Marine Corps Toys for Tots program was initially back in 1947. A wife of a Marine colonel had made a doll, and she wanted to have her husband give the doll to a charitable organization for a child during Christmas. So after looking around all over LA, there were none to be found. So he got together with all of his officers, and they bought a bunch of toys, and they distributed them throughout LA. Themselves, throughout LA. And then the Marine Corps saw what they had done, and they thought it was such a great idea that in 1948 they initiated the Toys for Tots program. And Walt Disney did our first poster.
Isn't that wonderful? I did not know that. What a great story. Did you know that? Because John's a soldier too, and that's a wonderful history that I doubt very many people out there had heard before.
And on our original poster, made by Walt Disney, is the doll that the officer made.
How wonderful. And so now you're bringing more of the literary into that for children.
Yes.
And Amador County has a need for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When we met, you asked me for some ideas for books. Have you, of course I did my research. I have favorite books. Classics like The Velveteen Rabbit by Marjorie Williams. Have you gotten any responses outside of me that have offered books in other genres?
Actually, I've been so focused on the Marine Corps Ball. And the Toys for Tots program, and trying to arrange for a toy ride here in a couple weeks, that I just haven't even had time to focus on the book aspect.
Well, let me make I'm going to say something for you here, because you guys out there, we're always looking to do something, and I know someone recently said to me, I just don't want to give a bunch of toys. Her kids have a lot of toys. Not every child does, by the way.
No, they
And
don't.
yeah, there are some kids that really don't even have any of their own books, and they can go to a library, yes, but there is one thing you can do, go through your own home library. Some of those books are brand new because they sit on the shelf. We tend to read our favorites, and the amateur fiction writers, we have, I think, 6 children's authors, and a total of almost 25 books between us that we are donating for this program. And if you have any of your own favorites out there, believe me, there are a lot of children out there that have never read some of these stories. The Velveteen Rabbit is about being loved makes you become real. And that's a wonderful story for a child that may not have an everyday, situation at home.
Yes.
All the situations are different, right?
They are.
And you're hoping for a wide variety?
Yes. Age specific, so that they are
It's like 2 to 4, 6 to 8.
correct. Yes. And so,
Up to what age group?
14.
14.
Yeah, it's up to 14. And a variety of books for the age groups for the kids, because there are a variety of kids out there, both male and female.
So picture books and storybooks would have more text, more words.
I'll leave that up to you.
I'm wordy, so
I'm not
I'm
an
into
author.
the storybooks. But there are some kids that their level is at that picture book with the art, the illustration. So be thinking out there, because there's board books for the younger kids, and those are great for them. The little chubby books that they can hold in their hands when they're little. That is a really wonderful way for a child to become familiar with a book, a first book. They're thicker and made just for those little hands. And the feel of a book in a child's hand is a wonderful thing, as is being read to by an adult or another child.
Yes.
I used to
And
teach
have-
preschool. And
You
that was,
did?
yes, I did, long time ago. And now my daughter is teaching preschool.
Is she?
Yes. Carrying on the tradition here. But story time was always, what we called
Yeah.
it circle time, was always the favorite. And when I was watching you promote the book earlier, I kept wanting to take it and go, this is how you read, like this.
Yes, that's how you read.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cover your face.
No, I didn't care. Cover.
And do you want to talk about how you got involved with Toys for Tots?
Well, Eddie contacted me, private message through Facebook,
Yes.
because I know you.
I had suggested, he was
Yes.
saying he wanted to do a children's book drive. And I said, well, my friend Kathy is a children's book author, so maybe you could put her in charge of it.
Yeah.
So I volunteered you.
Yeah, I noticed that. And I do, though. I know a lot of other children's authors. I have a sister that's also a children's author. And my home base is in Sacramento. I'm a native Sacramentan. I'm a transplant in Amador County, 18 years almost. So I have a wider circumference of
Sphere of influence.
Right, and we were down at Cal Fire in Morgan Hill too, so it goes down there, the area that it's wider than just being from one little area. And I'm just a lover of print books in children's hands. There is nothing like, Sarah's oldest daughter, Emma, until very recently, I think it was actually Aliana's baby shower, is the first time when she saw me, she didn't go, will you read me a story? That's what she associated me to, because I always was reading at story time, or a lot of the people in our group did. So I am excited for what you're doing. I cannot tell you. And I'm also a big proponent of board games because it encourages family time. And I'm hoping that you get a lot of those with your toys too.
We'll
Are you
see
looking
what
for
we're getting.
games too, board games?
Any toy, anything
So
to give
games
to children.
are considered toys?
Yeah.
Anything that we can give to children so that they get
And
that.
for the toy drive, it all is new,
It is. It
but
is.
unwrapped, correct?
Correct. It's new and unwrapped.
And valued under $30.
And under $30.
Which is very wise, by the way, because most today's toys today are not under $30.
Right. Yeah.
So
You can get lots of toys under $30 at Claypool's Gifts and Home Gifts in Martell.
And you know who has a nice selection too? In the little Ione pharmacy, they have a whole aisle of kids things that it's just really nice.
And both of those stores are Toys for Tots
I've
collection.
seen, And my hairdresser, Robin, has a box
Yes,
at
and
Robin's
got a
Nest.
box, yes. And there are 20 locations throughout Amador County. One they're in Ione, Jackson, Sutter Creek, Pioneer,
Do you go up to
Pine
Pine
Grove.
Grove?
Yeah.
Volcano.
Volcano,
Volcano.
too.
and
Volcano Country
Volcano
Store.
Country Store, yes.
Oh, I love that place.
And Camps Propane in
And-
Pioneer.
Right, and camps in
And then where's
Pioneer.
the Pioneer? Pine Grove Market? No.
In Pioneer is the American River Bank.
American
Oh,
Bank,
good. My
that's right.
daughter
Yeah,
works
in Pioneer.
Well, there you go. If you have any questions we're going to break, can you give them that website
Yes.
real quick?
And so if you don't want to drive to the stores to donate, you can donate online. And our website is valleySprings-ca.toysfortots.org.
No, it's tft.org.
No, it's Toys for Tots. I
Oh, okay.
abbreviated it.
All right, I lied. Don't listen to me.
It's toysfortots.org. And we're also on Facebook at Calaveras Amador Marine Corps Toys for Tots.
Wonderful program. And I hope learning that history really helps you. Look at how it started with one woman making one doll, trying to find one child. That's amazing to me. I love the Walt Disney touch, too, because that makes it extra special. He just was a kid at heart, I think, his whole life. He also, he opened Disneyland the year I was born. But we'll move on from that. So we will see you back for segment 2. We're going to talk to John. Hope you join us. See you in a little bit. Bye-bye.